Hey everybody, Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. Look at me in puff sleeves and flowers. I kind of like this shirt. Anyways, it's only because I usually just wear black because that's my gym shirt. What can I say? So today we are doing part 2 with the Lead Team Collective regarding the Great Awakening. What we're just, people call it the Great Awakening. So in part 1, we talked about, and this was last night, okay? So I will post part 1 here. If you want to go back and listen to that one at the end of this, you can just pop onto that, okay? So we explored the Great Awakening, whether humanity, this was in part 1, whether humanity is experiencing a true shift in consciousness, and what that could mean for our future. Okay. So in this part, and these are your questions, these are community questions. The lead team is going to be answering questions about resistance, manipulation, fear, control systems, discernment, sovereignty, media influence, and what may be standing in the way of humanity's awakening. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. And I have a list of, again, community questions. We have 39 community questions. At the end, I am going to review, anyone who wants to see inside our journals, I'm going to take you for a little tour, like 1 minute, inside the journals that you could use if you wanted to for our upcoming 30-day challenge. So the 30-day challenge is where you would write a letter to your spirit guides every day for 30 days. Okay, it's a little bit of a process. If you join our newsletter, we're going to have some touch points, and I'll post the newsletter link right here, the QR code. It's also in the description. And you can use your own journal, so you do not have to use these, but I will take you at the end of the video through some of the journals that we have that you can get for us. If you want to support the channel, it's a nice little way to do that. I've got some here. We have some Halloween ones too. These you can get printed for you. We also have a set of printables. Okay. But anyways, 30-day challenge starting on August 1st, 2026. And I have to say, it's been a while since I've looked through these, and I was like, oh yeah, I do like this structure. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I do. I really like this structure. So I'm looking forward to doing it again with you guys. We've done it. Sorry, I just bopped you around it there for a second. We did it maybe twice already. We did it twice in 2025. We have not done it in 2026. So this is our first one together as a group. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll say the prayer. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the Lead Team Collective, and our community, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, Lead Team. Thank you so much for being here and partnering with us. We really appreciate it. We've got some questions for you as continuation of our conversation yesterday. Are you in the mood? That is just such a funny way to ask them, but it's funny anyway, so I'm just going to ask them. Are you in the mood to answer those questions for us? Please? Yes. I only laugh because will they ever say no? Would you ever say no to that question? No? Okay. Okay. Because I haven't, I'm actually going to go off screen and do the Law of Challenge real quick. I just don't think you guys have to sit and listen to the Law of Challenge every time. But I haven't done it today and I want to make sure I do it. So, all right. So we've got all the good energies, the highest and purest light energies with us today. So, okay, Lead Team. Question number 1. How powerful have powerful groups intentionally tried to slow humanity's awakening? Great question. Right off the bat, great question. Yes. Is part of the resistance to awakening story being misunderstood? No. So I guess, you know, it just depends on what you think the resistance to awakening story is, you know. Um, would you, is the powerful group we're referring to in terms of trying to slow humanity's awakening, is that an extraterrestrial group by chance? Yes. Is it an extraterrestrial group that is different than the spiritual beings in this community having human experiences? Yes. Okay. Because I do think, aren't we extraterrestrial too, in that sense? Yes. But we are, well, I know we're of the light, that's for sure. Yes. Are these beings, would you consider these beings that are want to slow humanity's awakening to be more like fallen angels? I've never asked that question before. Yes. I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole, the fallen angel thing. I could do a post on the channel for questions about that if you guys had them. So let me know, or you could put them here in the comments. I have no idea about the fallen angels. Okay, but I just wanted, so they are lower vibration, obviously. Yes. Okay. And is this what we've been exploring as what possibly could be called the Committee of 300? Yes. And is this like family bloodlines where like, the royalty bloodline, they try to keep it, that's why they breed with each other so they can keep the bloodline pure? Is this whole have to do with all of that? Yes. Okay. So in terms of what the resistance to awakening story is, I'm not sure what that means. So if you guys want to clarify what that is, we could do a whole nother session on just resistance to awakening. That could be a whole nother video, where we're asking a list of questions. So if you want to ask questions about either of those things, what was the first one? I can't even remember now. But just what resistance to awakening is. If you want to ask questions about that, that would be fine. You can ask anything. Are some people attributing too many events to organized control rather than normal human behavior to the awakening process, I guess is what we're talking about. Are some people attributing too many events to organized control rather than normal human behavior? No. So the attributing events that people are talking about is organized control. Yes. Would another explanation fit some of the same observations people associate with resistance? Yes, it could. I mean, the question is, would another? So absolutely, because there's, everything's gray. So it just depends, Are some leaders creating chaos because awakened people are harder to control? Yes. Are they creating chaos because more of us are awakening? Yes. And the chaos, they're trying to just get our attention. They want to, it's just fear, right? They're just trying to continue creating fear. Yes. Okay. Have groups like the Committee of 300 intentionally tried to suppress awakening? Yes. Have powerful interests intentionally tried to reduce pineal gland activity? Pineal. Yes. I don't know much about that. You'll have to look that up. Again, when I do community questions, we're just taking them from you guys. So you might want to look up what that means exactly. Are food additives, pesticides, and environmental toxins affecting human consciousness? Yes. And is that a controlled plan? Yes. Is that plan going to succeed? No. Okay. So are we going to see changes, like really significant changes in this area over the next 5 years? And let me clarify. So they said yes. Are we going to see significantly healthy changes for the human body over the next 5 years? Yes. Great. Is fear one of the primary tools used to influence human behavior? Yes. Is love one of the primary tools used to influence human behavior? And by influence, I think we kind of know what that, No, they're saying no. Energy's really light on that, though. I think it's just an interpretation of what influence means, I guess. Can seeking awareness of dark topics become a spiritual distraction? Great question. Yes. Yes. Is seeking awareness of dark topics a spiritual distraction? No. Is seeking awareness of darker topics, lower vibration topics, like the Committee of 300, necessary for spiritual consciousness, for the rise of spiritual consciousness? Yes. Yes. Kind of lighter energy on that one, though. I'm not gonna, I can tell, like, sometimes they're like, you can just feel it, like the pull on it. That one was just like, I could barely even feel the movement of it. Same with that last one. Okay. Is raising personal vibration genuinely protective during this period of time? Really, probably any time. Yes. Is staying in love and unity more effective than constantly seeking hidden information? Yes. Did you guys ask that on my behalf? We're all going to do it to a point that is best for us. Every person is going to do it until they're, done doing it. And I float in and out of it, and I'm getting less and less interested. That's just the way it is, Just because I feel like I know I have enough information doesn't mean I'm not going to float back in, depending on what's going on. They're like, yes. So everybody, what I would recommend, and one of the things that has popped up this week, and actually it's popped up twice now in terms of, it was in the Spirit Circle reset message, is judgment. It came up last month too, the truth card. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Do not judge. So they're really giving, it's come up like 3 or 4 times now in the last 3 or 4 weeks, but 2 times this week. Just being careful. Oh, I know why the second time it came up is we're also reading in the Spirit Circle, Mary Magdalene Revealed. And I just read last night, and it was the same night that I pulled the card about kindness, which had to do about judgment. Okay. But I also, right away, the first paragraph I read in Mary Magdalene Revealed last night, getting ready for our book discussion this week, was all about judgment. Was all about judge not, or judge and you be judged, judge not and you won't be judged type of thing. That whatever's in the Bible about that, I don't know the exact quote. And I thought, okay, that's really interesting. So we are being asked, not just me, all of us are being asked to really watch how we're judging. And that includes people who might want to continue looking into things. That's their choice. Just be careful not to judge, because everybody needs a different level. Now, it's different if somebody gets a little, if their understanding if their vibration goes from higher vibration to lower vibration. But you got to let people figure that out on their own, you know? Just like we have to let anybody who's still pulled by division to figure that out. You know, you can nudge, you can plant seeds, you know, but anyway, so I just thought we're going to be talking a lot about, I'm just going to keep reminding me, which is then reminding you about not judging where people are, you know. Okay. And I mean, genuinely not judging. I mean, from an aura perspective, like you can say, oh, I'm not judging, but then like you've got this, like your vibration is showing judgment, you know. I mean, truly not judging. Like work on that, you know. Definitely. I think that's one thing for all of us, you know, because I think that ego is really likes to be judging everything. Okay, because and the reminder is what you judge, you're also judging yourself, right? It's the mirror. If you're judging something, it's probably because you don't like it within yourself. So that's where it always just comes back to the self, right? Are some people becoming trapped in awakening content rather than actually awakening? Okay, they're saying no. Maybe the word trapped isn't the right word. Are some people, well, again, even just asking that question is very judgy, right? Assuming they're trapped. You're trapped. You know, it's just really allowing people to be where they need to be, you know? Yes. All right. Is discernment becoming one of the most important skills during this period of time? Yes. I would also say, just as truth is different at different levels of consciousness, discernment is different at different levels of consciousness as well. Do not judge, right? Are there trickster energy creating confusion for spiritually awakened people? Yes. Yes. Is understanding those energies part of the awakening process? I'm adding that in there. Yes. Is that trickster energy something to be feared? No. Is it a part of the awakening process to understand it? Yes. Okay. And probably the discernment process too. But people need to understand it first, you know? So, yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody's at different levels. And I would have to say, and I'm going to ask them, what I find, and I found this, I do have a little story about it. Everybody who's on a spiritual path, which is actually all of us, but those who are really talking about spirituality, just as people in religion probably do the same thing. Can people get on their high horse about what they think they know compared to other people? Yes. And is that part of the awakening process? Yes. Would you consider that also trickster energy? That alone could be trickster energy? Yes. Okay. Interesting. You know, it's interesting because I watched this video. I'm not going to share it. There's a woman who channels, you might know who she is, but she channels I don't know who she's channeling, but she gets flashes of reptilians. Okay. I She's interesting. This is why I don't want to say who she is or anything. I don't want to diss her because I don't know enough about her. But let's see. Did I give too much away now before I say what I'm about to say? Anyways, I'm trying not to judge. I'm just saying like, okay, so she did a video and it was in response to something that happened at a spiritual conference that was held by Emilio Ortez. Okay. And it was pretty, for her, she had not a very good experience. Okay. And with something that she was sharing at the conference and she felt attacked and whatever. But what occurred to me, and I heard a couple other, so I think what it was is Emilio might have had a conference of spiritual leaders, and there was like a panel and like people who channel and all this kind of stuff. And I did listen to another interview he did while they were at this conference with two other people. And the energy coming, not off of Emilio, but the energy coming off of these two people plus this other woman, for me, was very high horsey. Was very like, I know, you don't know, we have the experience. And I think there's like a tipping point where that can happen with people who have some more experience than others. And the ego started I could just feel the egos just oozing enough where I just couldn't. I was like, ew, like this is not good. Like here, I hope, like I'm sure there's days I get into my ego big time. I mean, I know there is. So I'm not trying to judge that. I'm just trying to be aware. Like, doesn't mean I wouldn't follow those people anymore. They were just having a day, just as I do, But I think we have to be careful, especially, I just think we can start believing you own the information, believing you are the one who has the right information. I think that's what I'm always going after. I am kind of a rebel that way. Like if you tell me that your information is the right information, I'm going to be like, yeah, because I just don't, like things have to be done. It's not that your information is wrong or right. I think it's all right. And part of it, all of us could be all wrong too, partly the gray, So I know I've taken a little break from the questions, but I felt like I needed this. Is an interesting topic to me. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I just think and it's good for me. Like I want to reflect on that. The more information I get, I swear, like I feel like, yeah, I know some things. I think I'm getting better at asking questions when I'm aware of the topic. Like some things I'm not, like the pineal gland or whatever. I'm not aware of the topics really. But I guess I would prefer to become an expert question asker through my spiritual journey than to try to think that I'm an expert on any one topic. I think it's just better to become a better question asker as part of our discernment process and part of the growth process than to believe that you have the right answer. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think it's true. I don't think anybody has the right answer. I just don't, because there's no way you can have the right answer for me because I have had a billion micro experiences that you have no idea are. And same with me for you. You have a billion micro experiences that nobody besides you and your higher self and your spirit guides know about, right? Which is exactly why I think they don't want us to judge. It's a waste of time to judge. Let's just say that. They're not telling us not to judge. They're just saying like, why don't you not spend your time doing that? That's just dumb, Plus it gives the energy, you're bringing that energy right back to you, right? So let's just kind of keep that. That's just a value that I'm bringing to the community. Let's just say that. Again, you feel free to call me out when I'm not doing that, when I'm judging, because I want to work on it. When I'm taking a stance of knowing that this is right for everybody, that kind of stance, right? Okay, let's see. Can the committee of 300 read minds? Oh, wow. Yes. Can they read minds, or can they, I mean, they can literally read minds? Okay. Is that because of their reptilian? Okay. Would you say our spirit guides can read minds? I just want to understand what this is. Yes. Okay. Can I read minds? Yes. Okay. So we can all read minds. Aha. Is the committee of 300, are they very good or have really good remote viewers? Yes. Okay. Which is, again, something we can all do, really, if you choose to. Can governments read minds and remote view, or have they? Obviously, I think that's probably true. They have people in place to do that. Now, the question, can governments read minds? I mean, government is I wouldn't say, I mean, it has its own energy, but it's an institution, right? So government officials is probably better, is what we mean by that. Yes. Okay. Can higher vibration reduce susceptibility to manipulation? Yes. Is it enough to just have the energy of no? Is that enough? Yes. Is having the energy of no a fear energy? I kind of wondered this. Okay, they're saying no. So the energy of no is a love energy for yourself, maybe? Yes. All right. But it has to be authentic, right? Just like we can say we're not judging, but I can feel when I'm judging, even if I say I'm not judging. I can feel when I'm judging. And we all do, you guys. You're never going to get away from it 100%. I don't think we can, because that's our ego. Can we get away from judging 100% in the human body? No. Okay. Let's see. Is mind control, like MK Ultra, far less powerful than many people fear? No. Okay. So mind control is powerful, is a powerful tool that's been used? Yes. Is it being used? Yes. Is there any chance, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, that the three people who, quote unquote, did what they did to the President of the United States, were they under mind control? Yes. Okay. Yes. That brings up a whole... I really do kind of want to do a session, just a full session. I'm getting to a point. I don't think we've done this, but I am getting to a point where, like, I mean, I think we all know the answers, but I am getting to a point where I would really like to just do a few full Q&A on the Butler situation, Oh my God. And like Charlie Kirk, I mean, I know we've done those, but like where we are today, I know we've had like conversations. I don't think I ever did a full Butler. I can't remember if I did or not. But, just kind of interesting. Let's see. Are people giving away more sovereignty than they realize? Yeah, that energy picked up on that. I mean, for me, I gave away my sovereignty most of my life. Not all of it, but Are there practical actions humanity can take to support awakening? Yes, I'm going to toot our own horn. Is doing the 30-day challenge, writing to our spirit guides, a practical action we can take? Yes. Do you guys support somebody's pulling in here. I don't know if they can see me up here. That would be weird. Like somebody, like one of my neighbors looks up and it's like, what is she doing up there? What is she doing with those rods? She's looking for water. She's looking for water. Let's see. Yeah, so what was I going to ask? Sorry, I got off. I'm a little weird mood today, aren't I? Oh yeah, lead team. Be honest about this. I mean, are you reading my biased energy right now? No? Okay. I've asked them to never ever do that. That was a standing declaration. So, is writing to our spirit guides a helpful tool? Yes. Okay. Do our spirit guides, you know what? I'm going to do a full video on the 30-day challenge. I'm going to do a call out on writing to our spirit guides about the 30-day challenge. So look for that in the post area. Okay, let's do a full Q&A on that because I'm kind of curious now. Because I could have gone down, this will get too long. All right, is reclaiming personal sovereignty a major part of the awakening? Yes. Is reclaiming personal sovereignty the biggest part of the awakening process? Yes. I kind of feel that. I just have this sense, again, there's going to be gray area, what that means, right? Yep. Okay, so they're saying yes. Are there practical, I think I skipped a couple. Would collective action help accelerate positive change? Yes. Does the collective action have to be done at the same time? No. Well, okay, so if we spend time doing a 30-day challenge, writing to our spirit guides, does that accelerate positive change because we're all doing it within a same month period? Yes. I hadn't even thought about that, you guys. That's really cool. Again, you can participate in this challenge without spending any money. So this is not about getting you to spend money. Okay, so we're going to just put the kibosh on that because you don't need to. You can just use any journal you want, So, and I'll be explaining that. So, all right. In fact, you'll get an email. If you join our newsletter, you're going to get an email with the details of this is how we're starting. If you're using your own journal, this is this is the recommended process that we're following. Doesn't mean you have to, but it'll give you some ideas. All right. That's what we did last time, and I will rerun that video. I mean well, maybe I'll do a short video too, but we'll rerun the details for you in the newsletter. Okay, where are we? I should just keep saying the numbers out loud so I could keep track of the number. It's 25. Does reducing dependence on debt-based systems increase sovereignty? That's kind of a no-brainer. Yes, but it is good to consider. Okay, the more you can release yourself from debt-based systems. Number 26, are credit systems creating forms of dependence that many people do not recognize? Yes. Well, do they recognize it now? Are people recognizing it now when they're kind of underwater? Yes. Do they recognize it in the beginning when they start accumulating debt? I think that's really, the hard part. Number 27, is humanity moving away from fear-based systems regardless of resistance? Yes. Great. Good, good, good. Good, good. It must be the flowers, my weird mood today. Our old, number 28, our old power structures weakening. Sweet. Yes. Are they weakening in an accelerated fashion by chance? Yes. Is that why things feel more chaotic than they did maybe in the 80s? Even though they did have like financial, they had the Black Monday, that kind of stuff. But this, I mean, if you think back to the 60s with the Vietnam War, and then I don't know. Is this time, would you say that this time is more chaotic in energy than for the lower energies? Is this lower energy more chaotic now than it has been in the past? Yes. Okay. And it's because they know that too many of us are awake now, or are awakening? Yes. All right. Yay. Number 29, are some systems fighting harder because they know they are losing influence? So that's basically what, yes. 30, are we watching the final stages of certain control systems? Yes. Question is how long does it take? They said yes, that is the question. Are you able to tell us with certainty how long it takes? So anyone who tells you with certainty, same with investing, nobody knows. Everybody can just go based on history and what they've learned, predictive history, right? With Dr. Zhang, I think it's Zhang. So yes, okay. Are new systems being built while old systems are collapsing? Yes. Are some popular spiritual teachers genuine? Yes. Are all popular spiritual teachers genuine? No. I mean, you guys, John of God, like what the hell? We should, where's my what the hell mug? We should do a session with John of God. Did he pass? I think he did. But Oprah, Wayne Dyer, he went to John of God. He went to John of God, you guys. Wayne Dyer did. And I'm not judging John. I mean, I get it. Like, you shouldn't have to be skeptical of everybody. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not skeptical of everybody until they give me a reason to be skeptical. And I'm not going to feel bad for trusting somebody because that's, until they show me they're not trustworthy. It's just how I operate, But, I mean, Wayne Dyer went to John of God and he felt that Wayne Dyer would be another one. I'm getting so many ideas. You guys, we have so many ideas of things we could be talking about. We got to talk to Wayne. But he felt he healed his leukemia. But it was probably him doing it, right? Because he believed. So then was that a bad experience? No, because he believed he healed it. Did John of God heal it? Probably not, but I don't know for sure. I'm not going to ask the question right now because we'll go down. So we should do John of God. We should do Wayne Dyer. Let me know if you guys have interest in those. There's just so many. Yeah, we'll get off the committee of 300 because there's just so many more. There's just so many things we need to talk about. We need to explore these things. I mean, I'm even interested in exploring like the Challenger event, like the Challenger. Like, I just feel like we should do some of those, like Challenger, like what happened with the Oklahoma, that thing. We did 9/11 already, just to get those, just to hear what the truth is around those things, but, and then do like John of God, like some of those kind of things too. But, yeah, I've got lots of stuff I want to bring out here. Are some popular spiritual teachers performing roles rather than speaking from authentic experience? Yes. Did they start by speaking from authentic experience? Yes. And then it turned into a role, which I think can happen to everybody, no matter what role we play in life, right? Yes. Is the public becoming better at recognizing false teachers? Yes. I'm going to back up here though. Are there people who are false teachers, period? Okay, yes. And what do we mean by false teacher, you guys? What do we mean by that? Like someone who's not authentic? False teacher. Is the public becoming better at recognizing false teachers? Do we still have something to learn from these quote unquote false teachers? Yes. Is that why they're in our awareness? Is that why? Okay, yes. So if let's say, I believe John of God when Oprah went to visit him and when Wayne Dyer did, and I would say he was a false teacher. Is John of God was he a false teacher? Yes. Okay. So does that mean, because we don't know who the false teachers are until we know who the false teachers are, right? Does that mean people who went to see John of God did not have good discernment skills or believed in him? No. So this is a whole thing. We could have that whole, because I do think, so were those experiences necessary for anyone who believed in John of God? Was that belief necessary for their next level of awakening? Yes. This is why we can't poo-poo it. No judging. Is humanity becoming harder to manipulate overall? Yes. But is humanity also becoming overly, yeah, they know what I'm going to say, distrusting? Does distrust fall into the love category? No. So I think we gotta talk about that sometime. All right, 4 more questions. Is awakening spreading faster than resistance can contain it? Very cool. Yes. Is the greatest battle happening inside human consciousness rather than in the outer world? Great question. Yes. Is sovereignty ultimately stronger than control? Yes. The question is ultimately, but that could take thousands of years. Millions of years. Yes, they're saying yes. Is humanity far more awake than we give ourselves credit for? That was Mabel's last question, and she thought that was cute. She put a smiley face next to it. I always ask her to end with something light, so yes. So all of those questions were yours except for the ones I added, and then number 39 was Mabel, so AI. Okay, well, thank you guys. I'm going to go over the journals for anyone who wants to stick around and just see the inside, all right? So I showed you the outer ones. So we've got a couple series actually. I've got a fall. I think I have fall. I have a fall series which would be appropriate for August. I have Halloween, which might be a little, unless you just love Halloween. And then I've got, these are my favorite actually. This is tea time. Beautiful. Okay, and then flowers. I just love flowers. I just do. So on the inside, you will have every day for 30 days. Okay, we have a 30-day. Even though there's 31 days in August, we're not doing like 31 days because we're just doing a 30-day challenge, not a 31-day. Many people will continue doing this. After we did the last challenges, people just kept going, which is amazing. So there's a little letter from me on the inside. Divine dialogue, about having divine dialogue. Okay. There's a QR code to our community newsletter right there, so you could join the or participate in the challenge. There's a list of 30-day challenge ideas. All right, which actually you're going to get in the newsletter as well. Okay, this list. Then there is one, so day one right here. What you're encouraged to do is you're encouraged to, now this is just one of the approaches, okay, of the 30-day challenge ideas. So you can choose an idea of what is best for you. But every day includes a page and a half. So here's day one, and it's got some graphics on it, and it goes on to page 2 right here. Okay, so this is still page 1. You will do a little reflecting depending on what you choose to do. And you know what? Each day of a 30-day challenge, one morning I might do morning pages. The next day I might do automatic writing. It just depends on what you want to do. You can switch it up too. All right. Then it has an important notes for today. All right. So maybe something came up in your reflection and your writing that you want to remember. And then you have a section to write your letter. So dearest highest self and spirit guides. Today I kindly ask for, and then you can choose what you're asking for. A creative solution for, clear downloads of information about, new ways of approaching this challenge, the one that you're going to write them about, without fear, guidance designed specifically for me for, and then there's an or. I use the or a lot, actually. And then you would write your letter. Okay, so your letter's already been started for you. Dear highest self, higher self, and spirit guides. And then you write your letter, and it says thank you at the end. And then at the bottom, it says, raise the energy of your request by speaking it out loud. I really like that. And charging it with crystals. So what I would do every day is I would then keep this page open, the one I just wrote for day one. And I will go to my little, and I'll talk about this later. I'll talk about this in when we start the challenge. Okay. I'll go and get my little basket of stones, crystals, and I would just go like this, and I would just trust that whatever crystals I would pull out would be the stones that would kind of activate this request for the day. It was just kind of fun to do that. It's a way to use your crystals too. And then I would put it in a drawer until the next day. And I'll tell you, the first challenge we did, I think I got past day 2 because I had gotten a response so clearly to whatever that I did, I asked. And I can't even remember what it was now. But it ended up I didn't need to write to them anymore because I then spent the next 30 days excited about their response and in putting that into action. So you may end up just writing one day and then you won't need to for the next 30 days. If you do, did anybody do the full 30 days? I don't even think I ever did the full 30 days because I was getting responses so fast so 30 days may even be too much actually. But for some of you, I know some people did do their full 30 days. It's just, and then you guys went beyond too. So yeah, let us know in the comments how that worked for you. But I just found I was whoa, okay. I had so much to implement based on one of my requests that I barely made it through day 2 or something. Anyway, so there's 30 days of that exact format. And so the mushroom one, there's different mushroom graphics on each day, which is kind of fun. There's just different little mushroom graphics. And then the flower, same thing. Each day just has a little different flower on it. Whoops. There's a different flower. I'm showing these because can't really see the inside of them when you go to order. There's a little flower there. So there's different flowers. The tea one is really fun. Such a tease. That's silly. But isn't this cute down here? That's so cute. This one says positivity. Isn't that cute? So inside there's different images. There's like different little vases, I guess people call it vases, a vase with flowers. This one, all the images that you'll see on the cover are on the inside too. So it's just kind of fun. And then, yeah, the Halloween. I love Halloween, you guys. I did the Halloween ones because I just love Halloween. I love Halloween graphics. I have not done a Christmas holiday version, which I think I need to do. This one's cool. I really like that color. And then this has, which is kind of funny, poison, little images like that on the inside. Now, if you get the printables where you just print a day, you'll get these exact images. And in fact, we have, look at that, that's cute. We have, it was a mouse inside a cage. This one's got, snakes. You can get the whole bundle for pretty inexpensive for the PDFs, for the printables. Okay, so those are all linked below. All right, well, yeah, we have so much to talk about in this episode. Holy schmoly. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.